This is the first pass with the one round liner 0.38 short taper. So I notice with a short taper, client has less discomfort, sometimes no pain. So today we're performing touch-up. So in this case, I use Bayer, 7 drops of Bayer, then 1 drop of neutralizer, 1 drop of 1 drop of neutralizer, 1 drop of Illume, and 2 drops of Lulus Rosé. So my mix composed mostly of Bayer, because Bayer will lift the darkness, what we can still see from the first procedure. We didn't use any numbing yet. So I get a lot of questions about which needle should you use for the touch-up. So if you notice that you don't have that color retention from your first appointment, then maybe you need to switch the needle. Maybe just the last needle what you used didn't work for this particular client. But if you see you got a lot of pigment retention, then just use the same needle what you used on the first session. Also, a lot of artists asking what pigment you should use for your touch-up. So if you're satisfied with results and you just see some gaps, some areas didn't take well the pigment, then you will need to use the same mix what you used on the first procedure, and just to focusing more in this area where no pigment at all, and not touching the pigment, the areas where a lot of pigment, because you wanna create this uniform pigmentation in the end. So I using the same pigment what I used on the first procedure. I just changed the ratio of some pigment, and I would use for this client more Bayer, because for this session, I want lift the darkness. How does it feel? Fine? Yes.
Okay.
You see how much pigment I deposited from the first pass. Of course, it's also about power of your machine, because it has enough of the power. And I love using Flux S because it's very powerful machine. So you don't need to put any pressure. It's powerful but gentle in the same time. It's not over traumatize the skin. You can see how much pigment is already in the skin. So now we can apply some Sustaine, just tiny bit. I don't want to use too much of this anesthetic, because if you're gonna use a lot, then the lips will turn a bluish coolish tone. Of course it's temporary, just while the anesthesia is working, but it can confuse you and you may deposit more of the pigment corrector. So for the first pass, I like to not use any anesthesia, just to check how my corrector mix is performing in this particular case and how much of pigment I need to implant, because cases can vary. So some clients with a more tight skin, they will need to get more like saturated lipstick effect, and some client who has very thin skin and just a tiny bit of hyperpigmentation, they will need to we will need to create more lip lash effect. It's going to be enough. I want to create additional pass right here, and we're going to be done on this segment. I would not return to this area anymore, because once you broke the skin, the healing is already got started, and you don't want to just do trauma on trauma, and then the lips will just get very swollen. And I noticed that with a short taper, the swelling also is minimum. Of course, if you're using right movements and you're working on the right depth, is the dermal layer. So now I will do cross-hatching movements. I'm moving in the opposite direction where I work on the first pass. I was moving more horizontal movements towards myself. Now it's vertical.